Now we are live on Philly, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure having this opportunity to talk English with nice person, nice people. And today we're gonna talk about the sweet. Oh my gosh, I'm not very good with this word, but the suitability of practical actions for a greener future. And I thought it's an important topic, so we can show our ideas, what we thought about this topic. And Talk is a platform that we could improve our language skills, so we can talk without some judgment and without could be we have an opportunity to a free space to make mistakes, and that is a very important in the process to develop and learning a new language. So let's start. Who wants to start to introduce ourselves?
The letter A is big. I will start, okay?
All right. Thanks,
So,
Andrea.
good evening, guys. I'm Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo, but I was born in São Bernardo do Campo. I am married since 2007. I think it's a long time. So let's see what's happened. I'm still married. What else? Just kidding, guys. I work as an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant. In my free time, I like listening to music, drink wine, being here on Talk and Talk to training my speaking skills and going to rock concerts. It's a little bit about myself.
Choose the next one, Andrea, please.
Okay, Ayla, go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Ayla. I'm from Belém. I I'm here to improve my confidence in speaking English. I'm in this process for uh, almost 5 years now. And I'm also hosting here in Talk and Talk almost 1 year. And I've been try to improve, try to push myself uh, to maybe I think I've been try to learn more. Maybe it's a resolution for this year for me to try to improve more. And but I think a good way to improve is practicing, and because this I'm here, and I hope I can enhance in this process day by day, and that's it.
Thanks,
Juliano.
Ayla. Go ahead, Juliano.
Uh, Good evening, guys. My name is Juliano. I am 21 years old. I am a science and technology student. My hobbies are reading mangas, watch movies, animes, and I really like to go to the gym to work out. I really like to work out, so I try go 5 days a week and trying. It's my second week this year, so let's go. That's it about me. What about you, Camila?
Hello, guys. My name is Camila. I am 40 years old. I am from São Paulo, the capital, and I've been here in Talk and Talk since April for 24, yeah. And I decided to become a host in July from 24. And I am here to improve my English skills. I think this platform helps us to learn different languages. I know a little bit about Spanish, and I guess, let me see. In my free time, I like to read. I enjoy to be with my family and friends. What else? I think that's it about me.
Thanks, Camila. First of all, I want to talk to Juliana. You are my inspiration because I started to work out this week, and that's not easy, guys. Because for me, go to the gym is a monotonous activity, but I will try. So
Yeah,
if
it's
I want
it's
to
hard.
help you, I will ask you. It's
Okay.
all right, guys. uh, talk a little bit about me. I am a host here. I don't know what time. I believe like 5 months or six because I'm not good with dates. But but it's a real pleasure, like Ayla said about like to develop day by day. Even like talk is a good platform about that. Even being a host or participate this immersion with a speaker, I believe that is a good way to improve our English because even we are talking like a Brazilian person, even Portugal songs I participated already too. But it's an opportunity to know about the new words, the new accent. So it's a very good like to improve our English. So let's start. Uh, read the second one and answer, please.
Who? The internet, the voice.
You.
Me. Okay. Uh, what do you what do you do in your daily life to reduce your environmental impact? Um, Let me think. I think I try decrease my the producing of the trash that I usually do with my family. I think it's a good thing to do, and I try be not be so consumist. Try buy the things, of course, but try to buy just enough. Because sometimes I try. It, you know, there are a lot of good products, and we begin buy, and I think this is a problem. So I try uh, decrease to my levels of things that I usually buy. So by thinking more to buy, and I think that's it.
Thanks. I believe like consistency is something very bad because sometimes we just don't perceive like how much we buy the thing. Remember sometime I perceived like how much I consumed and buy things on Shopee, even small things, but when you perceive like so much we consume, it's something very, very bad. Even for our money, money way, but when we talk about the environment, it's a real bad too. What do you think about that, Camila? What your strategy for that?
Oh, I was wondering here. I think I could do more, or for sure I could try to do more. You said something important related to Shopee. I had an immersion here. I don't remember the topic, and someone said I was about the technology and those things, and someone said that in Shopee app you can play different games just to win some coins, and then this give you some discount to buy things. And for me, it was a surprise because I never used it, Shopee app, but they for sure try to make us addicted to, because you can give or you can have some discount. So for me, it was like, oh my gosh, they are really doing this. Were really surprised for me. And you said something important. You don't you, we maybe if we try to think more about the clothes that we bought and that we buy and don't use it, could be a great option. I try to separate my trash here in my house. We have a different place, but sometimes it's not possible because I live in apartment, and in my condo we have a specific place too. Then you can put the oil and different things, but I don't think everyone respect these. We have some fights here in the group because the people don't to worry too much about that. So I think I could do more for sure.
Yes, I believe like it's very important like to recognize like we are doing something, but sometimes we could like improve that. Thank you, Camila. How about you, Andrea?
Yes, I think it's a difficult question. I was thinking here, guys, I wish I could do more about that, but unfortunately, I don't do so much things. Just separate my trash. I try to not waste too much water. For example, when I am washing my dishes, for example, I like to put the soap in everything. Then I start using the water. I think it's a way to save, um, and it's good for the environment, in my opinion. What else I do? I'm a person that don't like to buy a lot of clothes, so I don't have this problem. I just buy clothes when I need, okay? So yeah, but I would like to have more opportunities to do more things, because small things, if you do something, Camila do another, Ayla do other things, and Juliano too, can be a great result. But unfortunately, we know that's in this way, unfortunately.
Thanks, Andrea. And how about you, Ayla?
Okay, in my opinion, I think the first one, I think I avoid don't I don't consume a lot. I think because especially when I decide to buy something, I be reflect more. If I really want to buy this, and no buy just because the like in impulse moment. I think it's important to avoid to consume and I think because everything uh become after trash and it's no good, especially plastic. I've been also I try to don't buy too much single-use plastic. I prefer reusable items. So I have a bottle, uh, and I take my bottle of water everywhere. Uh, I think it's so useful. Yeah, yeah. And so important. Each one should have your own bottle, reusable cup. It's so useful too. I think it's a simple things, but it could be difference for the environment. And I like to use my eco bags when I go to the supermarket. Yeah, I think it's important to have this awareness about this. Try to make your part, and yeah, that's it.
When you talk about the bottle, I remember my second immersion. The central topic is about bottle, and it was very funny. Camila, I maybe she remember because I discussed with her about that. But about like some things that I try to use, like some strategy to reduce the impact of environment. Like Camila said, I recognize myself like I had some of very things like to improve. But I say that something that I always try to bring with me is about the eco bag. But sometimes I forgot, like even because I perceive like something it's really important is like planning when you go to the supermarket and things like that because with that it's more easier like you have your eco bag and don't use plastic bags, but most of the time I forgot that and my eco bag is my home and that's happening. But I believe it is very important about like we said about like the consumist because I studied design and something that we saw in some apps is about the in design they call the dark patterns it's something that like induce the people to buy like with some bottles when you saw like in the website like this promotion will end like 5 minutes and like you feel anxious and you want to buy like because oh it's a unique opportunity and sometimes it could be real bad about like when what we talk about like the consumers because sometimes we just consume something and the most of the time that thing will be packed and involve like plastic and things like that. And when we thought about like everything like the compose like when you buy something, the logistic, that the oil like the gas that we spend like with the transportation, it's so much things like we have to think about that. I believe like that is very important. Ayla, your time. Could you read the 30 and answer the three, number three?
Sure. Uh, what what is your opinion on the importance of green space in cities for health and quality of life? Oh, I think green space are essential in any cities and for our physical and mental health. I so appreciate it go to this kind of place because I think they provide us cleaner air. Um, I think unfortunately, in my city, there is uh, uh, so many areas like this, but I think green space can reduce the urban heat. I think urban heat, and I think it's a place good for practice exercise, just to relax, uh, just to do meditation. I'm a little, I don't know how can I say, suspicion, or I don't know how can I say, but because I appreciate to do meditation. And when I can do it in a green space, it's so special because it's a clean air, and I think it's make us feel well, and because there is a quality, uh, and I think the ambience make us feel good. And, uh, I think it's so important, but unfortunately, in my city we don't have a lot this. We have here a lot of rivers, but a specific space to appreciate it in a with safety. It's a little hard, unfortunately. Uh, yeah, and that's my answer. And what did you think about this question, Daya?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's really important to have this space. I live in Guarujá, so I have the beach, even though I don't go to the beach every day or every weekend. But I think the air there is different. When I go, I like to appreciate it and be health. But I don't know, I don't remember if here in Guarujá we have a lot of parks, for example. I am thinking about, but I don't remember a specific place that where you can sit and just breathe a good air. I'm just thinking about the beach. But yeah, it's really important when we have this space near us, you know. That's
I agree with you. It's not something so much people thinks about. Like, if you live in a literal area, you go like the beach like every day, but it's not the truth. Unfortunately,
definitely.
but that's happening. How about you, Juliano?
Uh, about this question, I think have some place, green places is very important because, for example, in the cities, the weather there is very hot because the street, because the not house, but I don't know the word this word in English, but concrete, you know. So the weather is very hot because that like we call ilha de calor, you know, is land hot. I don't know the name in English, but it happens a lot in cities. So with there have some green space, we can have a good weather, you know, more easy to breathe and not so hot, you know. So cities like São Paulo, I think maybe have this kind of problem because there are a lot of cars, you know, a lot of streets, concrete, you know, a lot of things like this. Oh, concrete. So a lot of concrete, you know, things like that. So the weather is so high. So it's very, very important have some, you know, some type of this space, you know, green space.
Your turn, Camila.
Oh gosh, I was wondering here, and I have too much to say about the last question. I guess you said about your personal bottle, and sometimes when I need to go to the office, I forgot my personal bottle, and I felt so bad to get a cup every time that I need to get water. So for me, it's like, oh my gosh, even the cup, it's a paper cup, but I feel terrible in this situation, and every coffee that I get, I need to use another one. So I feel like, oh my gosh, how can I reduce that? It's a kind of a shame situation for me, but it is impossible to get a coffee and use the same cup in the machine. But this happens to me a lot. And I remember here, guys, I live in São Paulo, and it's almost impossible. I remember other things about you said about the products. I have a friend, and she work in a car fabric, and we have some discussions related to this. They are just worried about selling things instead of think about the end of these things. And here in São Paulo, it's like you need a car, and it is like a doesn't make sense for me. Of course, she felt bad when we have this discussion because they are just worried about selling more cars, and it's almost impossible because the traffic here is so terrible. And about this green space, I remember we have I put here to find the heat wave is like ondas de calor in São Paulo. And then sometimes it's almost impossible to find a shadow to have a moment to relax. We have some parks here. I like to go in outside activities. When I need to go to the park, I feel really healthy. I really feel like athlete, but I'm not for sure. But I think it's really important to have these special spaces, even when you have a kid, because I think, in my opinion, I don't have kids, but they need to grow up in this kind of environment. For me, it's a kind of important because I was this kid. I play on my street with some friends, and this was part of my childhood, I guess. So for me, it's really important to have this. But in São Paulo, is almost impossible because every place that can see for free, they can buy something different to or I don't know, grow up a building in this free space. So here in São Paulo is totally different. These things is almost rare situation to find a green space.
I could imagine how living in São Paulo could be difficult for that. That's the
Uh,
reason that I love the Minas Gerais.
Yeah, São Paulo is known by selva de pedra, right? So I think this is a good
Yes.
reason. Yes.
Yes, but I totally agree about you said about like the kids. I don't have kids yet too, but I remember like when I was children, I my favorite spaces like scale in the trees and have a connection with the nature. And for the kids, I believe that is really important. And some friends of mine like they try to get out like the center village to move place that is near from this this space, breeze space, and I believe like it's really important. I believe like Belo Horizonte is a city that has a great spaces, but it's not like so near from the all the parts of the city. So for some parts, some neighborhoods could be more difficult. But nowadays I live in Juatua. It's a little city, and I don't know if it had some spaces. Around here, I know has like waterfalls and things like that. But the center village, I know I don't know if it had anything. And for me, it's a real bad. Because I was living in a house, and every day I try to put my feet on the ground and had this connection with the nature. And now I live in an apartment, in a small apartment. Like the city had these kinds of places like to breathe a quality air, and I believe like it's really important. Even it's not the central park, for example, but it's something that you could make it relax. If you are a similar island, you could meditation or just stay in the place and receive like the good things that the place could improve to could offer to you. That is. Camila, your turn, please. Could you read the number four and answer?
Yes. How do you organize waste disposal and implement recycling in your daily routine? I used to live by myself and was like okay to try to do it, living only with me in the apartment. But now with living with my mom, I think I realized that the human being is able to create a lot of trash because every time that I need to buy something, they put in a different plastic bag, and then you come back to house with a plastic bag, and then sometimes you need to go to a different place. So I realized that when we have to go to the supermarket and have a big, I don't know, to buy the things for a month, I guess, then I can see how this is terrible for the environment. And here, me and my mom, we decide to use this bag that you can use it, reusable bag, I guess, when you go to the supermarket. And I try to take the can in a different bag, just to if someone need to sell that, helps the others. But as I said, guys, I live in an apartment. I think I could do really more than I used to. So it's a sad situation.
Uh, your turn. Go ahead.
Zaira?
Ayla, yes. I don't know if my
Oh,
microphone.
sorry,
No.
I didn't hear you. Okay, so I also live in a in an apartment like Camila, and sometimes it could be so hard uh, to to have a good like separate uh, waste into recyclable, organic, no recyclable categories like this. So, but I try. I use uh, can trash lixeira? To put only plastic, only organic materials. So because I don't know, I don't like to mix all of this waste. I think I don't like it. It's in the I know it's no right way, and but I sometimes I would like to live in a big place when I could do it uh, in a more satisfied separate like this. So, but I I I I take batteries and lamps and medicines to write oh my gosh, I don't know how can I say uh, coletores uh, and I like go take these materials. Uh, yeah, guys, I think I I think I don't know, but sometimes when I live in a condo, and sometimes when I can see I saw some materials uh, uh, just uh, how can I say? I don't know. People take their trash without responsibility. And sometimes it's common. I see berries, equipments, and medicines. All of these things, they are jogados. And I don't know. I think it could be so dangerous. It's a chemical, and medicines can pollute the water, the uh, sulfáticos. I don't know, and it's complicated. But there is no a campaign. Or some encouragement from uh, politicians, government, and so I think it's bad. It's bad. It's totally bad because people, I don't know, people in general, most of people don't worry about, just don't worry about, and it's it could be so hard. Here in Belém, Uh, unfortunately, we have a huge problem about the trash because people just take their trash on the street and they don't worry about the environment. What happened after with the trash? How harmful it could be this for our health, and unfortunately, there is no worried about this, and there is no a campaign to encourage people and to educate children in teenage about, and I think it's unfortunately it's a reality here in Belém. I think I don't know in the other cities, and probably there is some place it could be like this, but I don't know. In Belém, I don't know. I can understand it. And unfortunately, I can understand it. And over the years, I don't see an improvement about this. That's
Yes, I
it.
believe like
Sorry.
no, don't worry. Was a good answer. I believe like it's very important when we have like some campaigns and like the government improve and support that activities because could some places just don't take care about that, like think it's a normal problem, but it's a very important, like we perceive like it's a problem and we can like improve that if little actions. I believe like it's really important. And the education like children, teenagers is very important because like they are the future. So if we could teach about them like the impact of that you could make turn on future. And how do you think about that, Juliano?
Um, about this question, I'm gonna be sincere. I think
Number 4.
okay, number 4. About this question, I'm gonna be sincere. I think in my house we don't have the routine to organize all the kind of trash, and we usually don't have cycling too. But I think it's a thing that we need to improve. Nowadays there are a lot of ways to do it. For example, nowadays, in that time, now we have some uh, companies that sell content of from the school, notebook, pen, things like that. And this company, when you go buy something, this company accept your old notebook, and you receive some off when you go buy something there. So it's a way to practice it, and I think this is very important too. But other things that I usually try to do is, and I do it, it's don't throw the trash in the street, things like that. But about organize the trash, I think it's a thing that I need to do.
Your turn, Andrea.
Yes, it's interesting thinking about what Alan said because we just remember this kind of situation when we need to face a flu, for example. People uh, complain about the government, about the infrastructure, but forget to do the simple thing, don't put the trash on the street. Because of this, we have this problem. And we see nowadays a lot of people doing it. So it's terrible to think about it. We don't know how to behave with the street, wherever. So it's difficult. And about myself, I am like Juliano. I just separate the can, the glass, the food, but I really need to improve. In my building, we have some places to put the trash in a separate way. And it's a small building, thank God, because even that, not everybody do the correct way. So imagine it could be a condo, for example, would be really hard. And because of this, we face a lot of problems the environmental way. So we just need to think more what we are doing to, I don't know, to improve it. We just realize that we are just not improve the opposite, get worse. So it's difficult.
So guys, I have to be honest with everyone here because for me, when I moved and for living by myself, it's just something that I don't thought about, like where is it recycle, where want to recycle my trash, where I have to put. But I believe like now my waste, my production so little. I don't stay in my house like too much time, and I don't produce so much trash. But I believe like I could improve some things. On my parents' house, we have like some place on London, like we can uh separate all the specific trash. And my mother, he received from the prefeitura, I forgot how to say that, a composter, is a composteira on Portuguese, and he put like all the, and he could produce like organic biotonic. I don't know if it's the correct word for the plants, and it's a good way like to produce having a destination from our food, organic food, because I believe like nowadays I don't know if he has a better way like to put a destination for that. But in my house, actually, I don't have enough space like to put a couch, so even a composter is impossible in my reality. But yeah, I believe like prove like some things like, and with that, I want to ask for everyone here. I will start with Juliano, because sometimes I perceive like we do some actions to reduce our weight or trash, try to recycle. But when we thought like a panoramic vision, like how much water some enterprise waste, how much trash some enterprises waste to, like principle on the agriculture as sector. I believe like it's so much like we can imagine how much they waste and how much trash they produce. Do you really believe like small things will impact the like result about the environment?
This is a good question. I think I was thinking here, and I think everybody can change the behaviors. I think to try, for example, saving more water, uh, organize the trash, things like that. I think the population, the peoples in general can do it. But like you said, I think the some areas like agriculture, I don't know, farmers, the big farmers use a lot of water, a lot of, you know, and I think the problem here is more there, but of course, if us try change some kind of behavior, we can save more water. But I think maybe uh, the let me think the word, the big change should be there, not here. You understand? Because there are a lot of things that happens there, so it's a lot of water that people use to do the things, and of course they need to do, but maybe it's important find out other ways to save more water, to use the technology to have more balance, to can enjoy more the water or other things, and I think sometimes looks like the people just put the fault in the population in general, but forgot to talk about the big companies. And I think it's important to talk about the both. I think it's something that everybody needs to help, to achieve the same goal, not just us.
Excellent answer. Thanks, Juliano. Your turn, Camila.
I think the big companies not suffer. I would say suffer, but not suffer. They need to pay a specific tax about these ESG rules that they need to follow. I know some persons who work at the Suzano. It's a paper company in, I guess, in Suzano, of course. And they need to pay different tax for the government. And I don't know if the government is too much worried with the environment in this moment. I know I'm kind of honest right now, but I think they put this tax to the company pays, and I cannot see where's the money, what the government is doing with the money. And I remember something here in where I live. Some people decide to put the trash in the street using a garbage bag, but the homeless sometimes pass through this and open it to try to find our food or something that he can use or say, I don't know. And then the trash almost every day is open in my street. And then when rains, it's terrible because the street could be terrible here. And I don't know how to solve it because they are trying to find something, and I know they need, but I feel really angry when I see this kind of situation because this makes the streets terrible to walk. When it's raining here, it's kind of impossible to walk because the trash is on the water. Can you imagine the situation? So I think it's like that, I believe.
Bea, could you share your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I am thinking here, guys. I think everybody needs to do their parts, but the companies need to do more because they are, I don't know, using more resource than us, for example. So it's impossible just to us make things to to have a good environment while the companies are not doing their parts. So yeah, what the industries do for it, it doesn't matter if I am save my water to I don't know, thinking about the others and the industry, the company did not do it. So everybody needs to do their parts. And I think that it's really difficult to understand that, And as Camila said, the, the, the tax that these companies pay is for what? Because we don't see any improvement. So it's difficult. What about you, Anne?
Totally agree. I think there is there is no one answer for that. It's a responsibility from the everyone. Of course, I think big companies should give example because we know especially about the water, and there is a huge water wasting this company from this activity from this company, I think. And but everyone uh, should do your part, like Andrea said, and if not for us, for the future, the future generations, and I don't know, but I remember, guys, I I heard about this since I was in high school. It's a long time ago. It's a long time ago, but unfortunately, until now, I can't see a effective uh, sol solved solutions for this. I think because there is no interest, and because when there is interest from the government or the company, the things happens. But when it's about the environment, unfortunately, I don't know. It seems we can't develop no advance about this, unfortunately. Yeah, that's it. That's it
Well,
not.
guys.
That's it not. It's a little what I can say.
Yes. I will just turn off